I did want to watch this video called Gen Alpha Cannot Read, because it seems like if that is true, it is a problem. Also, another bonus point of watching this video is that I have a Gen Z and millennial audience, but a lot of Gen Z. And it turns out one of Gen Z's most favorite pastimes in the whole world is shitting on Gen Alpha for being stupid. Nothing gives Gen Z more of a sick pleasure than punching down on the new youngest generation and calling them stupid. I don't know why this happened, but it is extremely common.
My students can't read.
They're not recognizing letters. They're not recognizing letter sounds.
Wait, go back. Literacy rates are extremely low. The kids are frustrated because they can't keep up with the work, and in turn they act out. 7-year-olds don't know their letter sounds. This is a village effort. Teachers can't do it alone. Please work on literacy at home with your babies. What do you call giving them an iPad? It has words on it. It has a keyboard, and that is helping them with literacy. Dude, this is actually
Recognizing letter sounds.
This is actually kind of dark already. Bruh, clock it. What the Sigma 670? This is the words they're learning?
Attention spans are waning because everything is high stimulation. They can just scroll.
Can we just normalize kids and iPads in restaurants? Parents need downtime too, time to connect, have adult conversations. Sometimes parents don't have the support. Taking the kid is the only option for, let's not judge. Oh, fuck, bro. This is bad. Millennial parents are the worst. I mean, it is so easy for me right now to be like, this is horrible, but I'm sure I'll have pressure when I'm a parent. But I just can't imagine. This seems so bad, dude. The headphones and everything? The kid he's playing Roblox? My kid will be playing Get to Work on an Alienware laptop, the loud one.
So apparently Gen Alpha can't read, write, or spell because learning 6-7 is apparently more important than reading at grade level.
5, 6.
POV, you're a Gen Z teacher teaching Gen Alpha who already know the 6-7 trend. Are they bragging about it? My students already know 6-7.
Oh my god, we are so doomed. Every single time I open TikTok recently, I feel like it's another teacher talking about how far behind Gen Alpha students really are and how quickly it's getting worse.
And I have 110-ish students. 2 of them are reading on grade level.
I can probably count on one hand how many kids are actually performing on their grade level.
18 of them are at a kindergarten level. 55 of
Wait,
those
what
students
grade?
are between a second.
What grade is she teaching? 8th grade? At a kindergarten level? You see, you know what this gets me thinking about, which is so dark, but like, you know, I just visited China and they have like the problem there of overstudying. Everyone is telling me about how like their lives are so stressed because they study too much. But like, that's is a problem. And I do think it's worth like pointing out and condemning and being like, this is not healthy. But like on the other side, it's like, holy fuck, 8th graders can't read at a kindergarten level?
That's a lot of them.
Now at this point, you'd hope that these teachers are exaggerating or that
I think the one thing we should all agree on is that it's the kids' fault, not the parents. There's no way the millennial parents of these kids are at fault here. These are just dumb kids. They've been given every opportunity and they're just born dumb. It's just that it's 100% their fault from minute one. And it's certainly not the school's fault. I think they should spend more time hiring superintendents and administrative staff and less time hiring teachers. Yuck. Pay teachers less, give them more work, and spend most of the budget on administrative staff. I think that is a good plan.
He like very boldly told me, yeah, I don't know how to read and neither does anybody in my class. Mind you, this kid is starting 5th grade in August. And I thought he was playing, so I told him, you know kids will do anything for money. I was like, I'll give you $10 if you can tell me what this bag says. It said chips in giant letters. So this dude goes, CHIPS. And I go, what does that say? And he goes, potatoes.
Because there's a... Oh no! Oh fuck, dude! Wait, we might legitimately be cooked. Wait a minute. This is bad. He tried to use the picture and guess. You know what though? God damn it if these kids aren't funny. And by the way, 6-7 has cultural staying power. So it's like, who's really winning? Maybe they're just adapting to an AI world where intelligence and knowledge is valueless, and the ability to ball out of control on TikTok is the only important thing that matters.
No, at first I thought, okay, maybe these are just crazy one-off stories. And then I looked at the actual numbers, and they're kind of insane. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, fewer than 1 in 3 students can read proficiently. And to be specific, only a third of 4th graders and 31% of 8th graders read at the proficient level in 2022, which means...
See, this is kind of fucked up because if this was like a difficult task, it would be something, but the proficient level for a 4th grader based on these tests is like nothing. It's like, it's so simple. It's the lowest bar to clear. That's bad. Now, it is 2022, so maybe it's bouncing back. I think that's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, it could be, you know how like, there's like legitimate studies that show that a certain decade of Gen X votes in a certain way their whole lives, and they're the ones that got lead poisoned the most. It's like it's carried through for decades because this one decade where lead poisoning was hugely, it could be that COVID is like that, the COVID education shutdown, and maybe there's just a cohort of some Gen Alpha that are so behind because they didn't get any formative years in any real school. That's possible, but I don't know, man. I feel like the trend is bad regardless. Maybe it's bouncing back a bit, but is it back to like pre-COVID levels? I really doubt. You know, it probably continues on outside of just Gen Alpha and it goes into Gen Z and college, bro. And because I hear more and more about how basically dystopian ChatGPT cheating has made everything at every level, all through college. I mean, all through middle school, high school, college. How much teachers use it and students use it. And I asked the same, it's interesting because I asked the same question when I was in China. Just to bring it back to China for a second. I asked people this and they said, yes, of course people use AI to cheat. But the problem in China is they do so many tests, like no electronics tests, that people have to be forced to learn it. But here, I just know from the American schooling system, if you can do the homework with cheating, you can pass. People can get by so much if you can just do the homework with cheating. To get so much of your grade from homework and from assignments means like you can get through any class with cheating, even if you don't know, even learn anything.
Don't get me even started on their spelling.
Read this word.
Betwin.
What?
Betwin.
What?
Betwin.
Okay, just make it.
That's a kid who grew up on steak sponsorship, bro. Bet win. I need a max win. That's a kid who watched a lot of X, dude. He's gonna be an incredible gambler. He's not gonna be a great author, but where's the money in that?
A lot of these kids would not even use alphabet symbols. They would be making up symbols. They would not even know how to write A, B, C, D, E, F, G on their piece of paper. They would also have issues not knowing alphabetical order in general. So if they knew how to write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they couldn't answer to me what letter would come after C in the alphabet. And I'm not just talking 1 or 2 kids in the class. I'm talking closer to 50%.
And you're probably thinking that this is like, you know, first grade, second grade, maybe third grade students. No.
That would not make me feel better. If it was a first grader, I would still say Jesus Christ. If it was a third grader, I would freak the fuck out. If you're gonna tell me it's above that, this is unsettling. This is a real problem.
Try 7th graders.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. This is so bad. You know what is the funniest part though? And this is not that funny, really. For me, this is not that funny. This is kind of scary. But I'm now getting why Gen Z likes this so much. Because secretly, in your black hearts, you guys are like, oh, less competition for the few jobs. That's what you're thinking, you sick fox!
What actually happened? Well, if you ask people, you'll get different answers every single time. Some will say it's TikTok, some will say it's the iPads, some say it's the pandemic, some say the parents or the teachers, or it's something called skipping.
What if it's all of them? What if it's like this fucking horrible perfect storm of illiteracy that's hit all of them at the same time to make them extremely dumb?
Toilets, which apparently is not even a thing anymore, according to my sources.
Yeah, I heard that recently. I heard Skippity Toilet done fell off. Sad, really, to see. You know what's replaced it? Steal a brain rot. These kids now, they don't give a fuck about the story of the cameraman in the toilet. They know every brain rot by heart. They know steal a brain rot characters like when I was a kid and knew Pokemon. They have like 100 of them memorized. It's crazy. I know what you're talking about. Steal a brain rot is a game in the game Roblox, a community created game that has gotten so massively big that it has the cultural impact to these kids that Pokemon did in the late 90s. I'm not kidding, dude. They fucking know all these brain rots. The brain rots are the names of the things you can steal. There's one called 6-7, okay? There's one called Strawberry Elephant. And then if you go on YouTube and you look this up, you will see an endless horde of videos that all have millions of views. 5, 10, 20 million views of a YouTuber like this, just a random looking fucking YouTuber who's like, today we're stealing a brain rot. And then they steal a brain rot and they go, that was crazy. And the gameplay looks so simple. And then the audience just loves it. It's crazy. So I'm pivoting. What am I doing fucking economics content for, dude? I need to do this.
Today we're gonna be playing Roblox Steal Brain Rot, but it's modded. A couple days ago, I actually did a video where I did this, but oh my gosh, there's so many more. Like, look how many modded Steal Brain Rot games there are. There's like an infinite amount. Wait, 300 Robux? Wait a second, does that mean I get every mutation?
I can't watch. Anyway, if my editors could get on that editing style, we could finally get some fucking viewers on this fucking Big A channel.
Pandemic, which honestly, looking back, didn't even feel real because we as a society were so ill prepared to deal with what happened. And somehow the solution to all of this was just to put a bunch of kids on Zoom calls and hope for the best.
Different paragraphs. Yes, Sarah?
I can't hear you.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, if I was a teacher during this time, I would have lost my mind.
Turn it off. I
mean, a lot of them quit. Like a statistically significant amount, like a huge amount of teachers quit during and post COVID. It's just been a huge, people are insanely burnt out. They're quitting in droves.
He was absent. Okay. Music off. Why are you, Mr. Morales, why are you putting all that money there?
No, I would have quit.
Well, in that case, you have to quit because you just got mogged.
Come with me to Best Buy to get my 1-year-old toddler's iPad.
Why would you post that?
Best Buy with me and my baby girls.
Why would you post this?
Gonna buy them some iPads.
Now, first I thought she was joking because what do you mean 1-year-olds are getting iPads? I thought she was gonna take them like instead to like a bookstore or maybe like a game store. No, she's dead serious.
Let me see how she looks with an iPad in her hand. Is it too big for you? Oh my goodness, they're so little. Okay, I decided on an iPad. I'm getting 2, of course.
It's so crazy to think that I got
It's crazy to do, but it's even crazier to upload. It's even crazier to be like, this is good content. Shit, people gotta know that I'm doing this. Oh, that's so crazy to me. And also, the through line there from the kids, they see their parent wants to be an influencer. And they're obviously stressed out because that's the hardest job in the world.
Part of the problem we have in education nowadays is that we're teaching, but students aren't remembering things in their brain. And there's a perfect example of this that literally happened to me today. We spent most of first semester drilling paragraph and response writing and that sort of thing because my 8th graders did not know how to write paragraphs at the beginning of this year. But I taught them. They knew how to write paragraphs. They could do it. They could label all the parts. We did a whole activity near the end of the semester where they made posters of all the things they learned and put them on the walls displaying student work. And then today, I asked the class, what are the parts of a paragraph? Expecting quick responses. And I get silence. All 6 of my classes today. Utter silence. See, I can do high quality instruction as much as I want, but if the students themselves are not engaging with it, I can't force them to do that. I can't step into their brains and make them do it. And yet at the end of the year,
my 11th grade brother can't write full sentences. Bro, don't out your brother in chat. If you're a teacher, you can make fun of your student. Don't throw your brother under the bus right here in chat, bro. That's your brother. Go teach him, bro.
Now, if you thought...
Dude, it's crazy because we do a lot of like, you know, some could say depressing news sometimes on this channel. Like, we cover fucking major geopolitical events. We cover scams and crashes. This is fucking depressing. This shit's almost scarier to me than most of the shit I can like. This is like bad. It really is bad, dude. These kids are being fed a really bad hand that is gonna make it really, really hard to be able to contribute in any meaningful way in their entire life.
Things couldn't get more complicated already. We now have.
And then you think about, you know, this is obviously the worst example, but every level of this, you know, Gen Z fucking included, millennials, fucking boomers, all of us are getting a little bit dumber from this stuff, for sure. We're all getting dumber. And it makes me feel some type of way about how we have to collectively all work together on big problems. It's like we have to be able to agree on things. We have to get people to vote. We have to get people to, like, all this shit is hard when everyone is so distracted and dumb.
AI. And this is where problems shift from, you know, attention, memory, and learning to thinking itself. According to a report based on 1,000 parents, 46% of Gen Alpha use AI for research, 44% use it for their schoolwork, and 25% regularly.
Bro, what do you need AI for if you're Gen Alpha? What schoolwork? You're doing your times tables. What do you read? It's the ABCs. You're reading a paragraph maybe. Why the fuck do you need AI for that?
Daily chat with AI bots. Huh? So it's not just essays being written by AI anymore. It's, you know, doing the research. It's giving them the answers. It's doing the whole thinking process itself. And the students aren't the only ones using it.
You know what's fucked up is I legitimately think this. I legitimately think AI is the single greatest learning tool humans have ever invented, but it also is probably going to do more damage to education than anything else. Isn't that strange? Like, if used correctly, it is the greatest learning tool humans have ever created, but the way it is used will do more damage to learning. It's really sad. It's crazy. And they just hallucinate and still make stuff up, but that's not even the part that scares me. The part that scares me is that people offload everything to them and then their brain atrophies. That's more the problem. I'm less worried they're going to get a fact wrong in their report or whatever. The fact they have no idea how to even begin the concept of writing a report. They don't even know the idea of a structured argument of like trying to get a point across to someone else and like, how would I do that? That's the scarier part because it's all offloaded.
It's disheartening because if I ask a child to handwrite something, even just a paragraph, 5 sentences, basic paragraph, they roll their eyes, they throw tantrums, I'm talking about high schoolers. I teach 10th grade now. They get really unruly, and because I'm young too, they want to argue with me about it, and they want to say, why can't we just type it? Why can't we just type it? Well, it's because you'll go on another website, or you'll copy it, or use AI, you'll use ChatGPT. And I understand
using ChatGPT to write a paragraph for you. God, dude, you can fart out a paragraph in 30 seconds.
Our world is going in a direction where AI is going to be more prevalent, even in the workforce someday. That still doesn't take away that these are basic skills you need to survive.
And that's why this doesn't start in the classroom, okay? It starts at home with something as simple as—
You act like you wouldn't be cheating right there with them? I don't act like that. I want you to know that if ChatGPT was out, at least when I was in college, humans are humans. I'm sure if I'd be lazy if I was a 4-year-old now, but I'm just saying, in college, for sure, for papers, I would have cheated, 100%. And I thank God that I was forced to lock the fuck in, get 2 Red Bulls, and stay at the library pounding my head on the table to finish things the last night before they're due. I thank God for that, because that forced me to learn at least something. And I would have absolutely played more League of Legends and fucking ChatGPT it if it was now. I know that's what I would have done. I'm not going to pretend in any way that I wouldn't. I find the idea of people using it at this young an age is so unconscionable because this is just the basics. This is the building blocks. It's actually a little bit sad that kids will never know, not never, I guess some people in some schools and some tests and everything, but many people will never know the pain and pleasure of locking in the night before something's due. Specifically a paper, like having to write, let's say a 8-10 page paper, because you can't just put gibberish down. You have to think and write something, and you're trying to stretch words, and you learn that shit.
Because the scary part is, according to the US National Adult Literacy Survey, about 21% of adults are illiterate, meaning they struggle to read things like the newspaper or even basic health information. So,
bro, ain't nobody struggling to read the newspaper because nobody's reading it. I see the looks I get when I bust it out at the cafe. Dude, I go to this fucking hipster-ass cafe, and almost everyone in it is someone who's laid off who works in Hollywood. Straight up, that's who I see. I see like out-of-work screenwriters, out-of-work camera people, and everybody fucking gives me a fucking side eye when I pull out my fucking full FT. I'm not being performative. I like to read the newspaper, bro.
So this video has been pretty bleak, so let me give you some actual good news.
Okay.
Researchers at Carnegie Mellon University gave struggling child readers 100 hours of intensive instructions, and the results were kind of insane. Within 100 hours, the gray matter in their brains linked to reading actually increased. So no, Gen Alpha isn't completely doomed. All it takes is around 100 hours to start seeing real physical.
That's not really great news, but I mean, it should drive home the fact that they aren't like born with a deficit. It's not like just inherently by being Gen Alpha makes you stupid. It's nurture, not nature, bro. It is the world around them and the technology and the society they're in that are causing the fucking regression in learning.
Physical changes in the brain, which also brings me to Kai Cenat. I know, why am I talking about Kai Cenat? Well, if you've never heard of him, he is one of the biggest streamers in the world right now. And recently, alongside his usual streams, he decided to challenge himself to read more. And this wasn't a joke or a bit, he actually literally sat down live in front of 80,000 people every single day and started to read for 15 to 20 minutes a day.
I realized that if I create reasons of why I love her, then it makes my love for her conditional.
Ooh.
And he wasn't even trying to act smart about it, okay? If he didn't know a word, he just stopped and looked it up. He sounded it out. He tried again, which is
really
something
cool.
most people wouldn't even do by
this,
themselves, let alone in front of that many.
I think it was really cool.
Spontaneity. How do I pronounce that?
Spontaneity.
Bro, this pissed me off because people were making fun of him because he couldn't pronounce a word. I was like, damn, this is making me so angry. Bro is in public reading, and yeah, he's learning a word in real time, and you're like trying to score one. It's like that's how you learn, bro. So I read an article, not to knock Gen Z here, but there's a lot of employers right now who are hiring new graduates or people out of high school now, and they're encountering a similar problem where they're having a real tough time. I don't know if this is social anxiety but they're having a real tough time expressing themselves in an like a uncomfortable situation. Let's say the boss didn't give them credit for something. They have no idea how to like have a normal, like bring up something that's like not 100% comfortable and then express themselves and get it across. Like this is a big deficit that employers are seeing a lot of. And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying this is something that's noticed. Like people are hitting this wall of like no training for like a real world non-smooth interaction. Not necessarily super negative, but just like not smooth. And that's very interesting. That was a great video. Thank you, Shira, for letting us watch that. I'm glad we watched. I mean, sad though.